Hi everyone, welcome to Impact Academy. I'm Yashasvi Chintada. Today let us look at Indian geography. Okay, let us directly go to the questions because geography is something which we have studied since childhood. So just go through any material which you have once and then start doing the questions. And only when you start doing the questions, you will be able to attempt better in the exam. Anyway, let us start directly with the first chapter. Okay, the Earth in our solar system. So many people will think these days these type of questions are not being asked. So is it necessary? See, in order to attempt the difficult questions, you need to have your fundamentals very strong. Only if you are very clear with these one-liners, then you can go for the advanced questions. So don't underestimate these questions. I can tell you for sure that these questions will help a lot. Okay, in the individual statements, in order to eliminate. Okay, this basic foundational knowledge is very, very, very important. So let us start. Let us look at the first question. So the sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called as celestial bodies. Okay, planets are those which revolve around the sun. Asteroids are what is a rock and ice, dust, etc. Small bodies which travel around the solar system. Okay, meteors, meteorites, all that we will look into it. Once it enters the atmosphere, small rocks which enter the atmosphere, once they start burning, they become meteorites, meteors, etc. Those which fall onto the surface of the earth are meteorites. So anyway, here the sun, the moon, and all those objects in the sky are celestial bodies. So some celestial bodies are very big and hot. They are made up of gases. They are obviously stars. So in our solar system, we have only one star. Okay, the sun is the star, and these are our planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Pluto is not a planet anymore. And try to remember the order. And these four are called inner planets, and these four are called outer planets or gaseous planets. Okay, and Venus is the hottest. See, even though Mercury is near to the Sun, Venus has 365 days of rotation time. So we have 24 hours in a day, right? So like that in Venus, it is almost near to one Earth here. So because so much of the surface of Venus is exposed to the sun for such a long period, that gets extremely heated. So even though Venus is the second, second in terms of distance, in terms of the brightness, it is number one. Okay, try to remember these points. Let us go back to the questions. So stars. Okay, so our solar system, Sun is the only star. Our nearest star is Proxima Centauri. Proxima Centauri. That is also frequently asked. Try to remember. The study of celestial bodies and associated phenomena is called astronomy. Okay, remember the celestial bodies and this phenomena is called astronomy. The various shapes of the bright part of the moon, as seen during the month, are called phases of the moon. This is obvious. Everybody knows this, right? You have, let us see if there is any phases of the moon. Okay, see, um, okay, this is the equinoxes, fine. So we'll look into it when it comes. But remember this phases of the moon. Okay, we can say the full moon. Okay, to no moon, etc. It is all phases of the moon. New moon, full moon, bright moon, all that. We'll look into it when that particular theory comes. So what is the distance between the sun and the earth? So recently, if you look at the Group 2 exam, so he asked all these questions, right, about 150 million years ago, 65 million years ago. So in order to eliminate in such statements, you need to remember these things. So there might be a question where one of the statement might be the distance between the sun and earth is 15 million kilometers. Okay, then immediately you have to identify it is 150 million kilometers. So if you look at some of the basic about facts about Earth, okay, its mass is 5.97 to 10 power 24 kg. Equatorial diameter. So complete diameter is 12,000 756. Okay, this is at the equator. At the poles, it is 12,714. So this shows that the Earth is not exactly a circle. Okay, it is a geoid shape, obloid geoid. Okay, okay, and known satellite only one, Moon, and also inner planets have very few satellites. Outer planets have huge number of satellites, and orbital period 365.26. Because of this 26, every 4 years we get a leap year. So surface temperature -88 degrees at the poles and 58 degrees centigrade at the equator, and average temperature, because you have -88 here, the average temperature is -14.2 degrees. But in the normal habitats where people live, you don't see this that often, right? Okay, and this is very important. Earth's atmosphere consists of nitrogen 78, oxygen 21, argon 0.93, and carbon dioxide, and also helium, etc. But observe this: nitrogen, oxygen, everyone knows, but people might think carbon dioxide is also more than other gases, inert gases. But if you observe, argon is higher than carbon dioxide. So keep that in mind. And see, this is one fascinating thing. Earth's orbital speed is 29.8 kilometers per second. That means every second we along with the Earth are actually moving at this huge speed. So just try to understand that every second. Okay. So as we speak, we are moving around at a speed of 29.8 kilometers. But we won't feel it because we are moving along with the fire. Density is 5.52. This is also important. And see, diameter is 12,756. So obviously radius will be around 6,300 something. Okay. So remember all these facts. Now let us go back to the question. Distance between the sun and the earth is 150 million kilometers. Try to remember that. Okay, keep it in mind. Which of the following is the nearest star to the sun? I already told you, right? Proxima Centauri. Proxima Centauri is the nearest star to the sun. So our sun, okay, sun is the only star in our solar system, and the nearest star is Proxima Centauri. Okay, and the nearest galaxy, our galaxy is Milky Way galaxy, right? And the nearest galaxy is Andromeda. Try to remember all these things. Very important. Okay. Nearest star is Proxima Centauri. Nearest galaxy is Andromeda. The stars form a group that has a recognizable shape called constellation. So you have these constellations, right? Orion constellation, etc., etc. All those things. So Bear constellation, all those things. So these stars, they form a recognizable shape. Okay, and it is called a constellation. A group of stars, when they form a recognizable shape, it's called a constellation. Galaxy is the collection of solar systems, you can say. Okay, so sun and its planets is a solar system. So many stars, so many solar systems together form a galaxy, and galaxy is part of this whole universe. Okay, so how many planets are there in our solar system? So just now we have seen, right? Previously there were 9. Now there are only 8 planets, and we've already seen the planets. Which planet is nearest to the sun? Mercury. We've already seen, right? Mercury is the nearest to the sun. Which planet is farthest? Okay, Neptune. Which planet is the smallest? Mercury again. So which of the following planet does not have any moon? Okay, Mercury does not have moon. So its natural satellite is moon. Okay, and Mars you have Phobos. Okay, several things will you can look at Mars, right? Okay, so Mars notable moons are Phobos and Deimos. Okay, Phobos and Deimos, very important. Mars notable moons are Phobos and Deimos, and Mercury, smallest planet, closest to the sun, second densest. Okay, Earth is the first densest, no moons. Okay, second hottest, Venus is the hottest. And also, one interesting thing is Venus. Okay, Venus and Uranus, they both rotate clockwise. Other planets are rotating counterclockwise. So, if you stand from the polar region and look at the Earth, you will see that the Earth is rotating in the counterclockwise direction. But Venus and Uranus are two planets which rotate in the clockwise direction. It's also called as morning star, Venus, because of its brightness. Okay, so we'll look into that when the question comes. Let us continue. Which planet is very close to Earth? Okay, many people might get confused with Mars. So they may think Mars is closer because we are trying to go to Mars, right? But actually, Venus is close. But we are not trying to settle on Venus because it is extreme temperatures. One side is the hottest in the whole solar system planet, and on the other side, it will be very cool because one side is facing the sun, the other side is not facing. Which is the brightest planet? Again, don't get confused with Mercury because it is near. Venus is the brightest planet. So, which planet rotates from east to west? As I said, both Venus and Uranus. Okay, all planets rotate counterclockwise. So you're looking at from the pole. Okay, take the planet, stand at the pole, and look down. You will see that it is going in clockwise direction, counterclockwise direction. Only Venus and Uranus will go in clockwise direction. Very important, all these things, because in the exam, statement can come. At that time, you shouldn't get confused counterclockwise or clockwise. In general, everything goes counterclockwise. So, which of the following is responsible for the change of seasons on Earth? Again, most people will tend to keep the fourth option, right distance from the sun. They will think if it is very far from the sun, okay, if it is very far from the sun, there is a because it is far from the sun, they will think it is winter, and if it is close to the sun, they will think it is summer. Okay, but actually, see, there is a tilt. The Earth is at an angle. Okay, because of the angle, we are getting seasons. Keep that in mind. Okay, which of the following is responsible? The Earth's tilt is responsible. Next, which planet is also known as the red planet? Mars. Mars is called the red planet because of its red colored soil. So, which planet is the largest planet? Jupiter is the largest planet. Okay, Jupiter is called the gas giant. Okay, Jupiter is the largest planet, and between Mars and Jupiter there is an asteroid belt. Okay, there is an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, which is full of asteroids. And beyond Neptune, there is what is called the Kuiper belt. Okay, Kuiper, Kuiper belt. That is the end of our solar system. That is also full of all kinds of asteroids, etc. So, which planet has the largest number of satellites? So, the satellites, what happens is every now and then it keeps changing between Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, which planet has the largest number of satellites? Because every now and then new satellites keep getting identified. So let us look see Jupiter. So important moons of Jupiter are Europa, Ganymede, Callisto, and also there is one thing called Io. That's also very important. Okay, Io. Okay, I for India, O for oxygen. Io. Europa, Ganymede, Callisto, Io. On the other hand, Saturn's moons are Titan, Rhea, and Celadus. They are also very important. Second largest planet. It is called the ring planet. Fine. So let us see which planet has highest moons. Sometimes it will be Saturn, sometimes it will be Jupiter. That is the problem. So right now it is Saturn. Okay, Saturn has around 146. Jupiter has 95 moons, but Saturn has more moons than Jupiter. Right now, Saturn is having 146. Okay, sometime back we used to say Jupiter, but now it is Saturn. Okay, and the difference is also huge now. Now Jupiter has only 95, Saturn has 146. Anyway, remember Saturn. So Saturn has the largest number of satellites. Which planet is the least dense among all the planets? So it is Saturn is the least dense. As we saw, starting from Jupiter, Earth is the most dense. Second most dense is Venus. Earth is the most dense, and the density of Earth is 5. We've seen right 5.52. Try to remember that also. Which is the least dense? Saturn. So Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, all these are gaseous planets, icy and gaseous. Which planet is not part of the inner planets? So Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are inner planets. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune are outer planets. Which planet is the sixth nearest to the Sun? It is Saturn. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six. Saturn is the sixth. So there is a large gap between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter. See, I told you, right? It's called the asteroid belt. It is occupied by large number of small objects that revolve around the Sun. These are called asteroids. Don't get confused. There is an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. So, which celestial body appears generally as a bright head with a long tail in our solar system? It is a comet. So, because comets, which are also called as top chukka, right? Okay. See, it has a bright tail kind of thing. The cosmic snowballs of frozen gas, rock, and dust. Okay. When frozen, they're the size of a small town. When it comes close to the sun, it heats up and spews dust and gases in glowing head larger than most planets. The dust and gases form a tail that stretch away from the sun. So whatever direction sun is there, it what you say the force it heats up and pushes in the opposite direction, which appears as a tail. There are likely billions of comets orbiting our sun in the Kuiper belt and even more distant Oort cloud. So Kuiper belt I told, right? Kuiper belt is which is the outer belt after Neptune. Okay, and even beyond that is called the Oort cloud. So that area is full of comets. So that is comet, which appears with a bright head and a long tail is called comet. So the celestial bodies are usually small objects that occasionally enter the Earth's atmosphere, are called meteoroids. Okay, so when it enters the Earth's atmosphere, it gets burnt, right? It gets burnt, and that is called a meteoroid. And recently, in recent group 2 exam, they asked a question, right? Which layer of the atmosphere the meteorites get burnt? That is the mesosphere. Try to remember that also. It is very important. Okay. See, it is the mesosphere. Okay, mesosphere. See, the meteors are getting burned. So, very important question. Aeroplanes and what you say, all these balloons, they usually travel in the stratosphere. Okay, and thermosphere contains something called as ionosphere, which is a subset of thermosphere. It contains charged ions. Because of the charged ions, it reflects the radio waves. That is thermosphere. And also, if you observe troposphere, temperature reduces. See, if you're on the beach area, temperature will be normal. If you go to the hill, it will be very cold, right? So as you go up, temperature reduces. Once you reach here, tropopause, you have tropopause between the troposphere and the stratosphere. Once you cross the tropopause, again temperature will start increasing. Okay, temperature will increase. Temperature will increase and again it will decrease. Okay, there is an inversion in every sphere. Here temperature will decrease, here it will increase. Here again it will decrease. Okay, and here again it will increase. And here it will continue. So the last increase happened here. So remember this, thermosphere is the hottest of all the spheres. Thermosphere is the hottest because it reduced, increased, and again reduced. Now it has increased. So here the temperature is the highest. See, 1200 degrees centigrade. Okay, that's why which layer is the hottest? Thermosphere. Okay, satellites they all go to this area. And also you have to remember the kilometers. Troposphere is 8 to 18, very very important. At the poles, it is 8 kilometers, up to 8 kilometers. At the equator, it is 18 kilometers. It contains clouds and mountains. Okay, all these things are very very important. So, which of the following is not a member of the solar system? So, comet, satellite, asteroid, all are part of our solar system. Constellation is a group of stars. In our solar system, there is only one star. Which of the following is not a planet of the sun? Okay, these are all planets. Sirius is a star itself. Okay, it's also star like our sun. So it is not a planet. So phases of the moon occur because we can only see only that part of the moon that is reflects light towards us. Because See, we are always seeing only one part of the moon because the moon also rotates along with the earth. The revolutionary speed of moon is equal to the rotationary speed of the earth. So that is for tidal locking. So because of that, we are always seeing only one part of the moon. The other part we have never seen. Okay, the dark side of the moon. So we can see only that part of the moon that reflects light towards us. So what if the whole part of the moon is reflecting light, then we can see the full moon. Otherwise, if nothing is there, we can see a new moon, no moon. Okay. So all that. So only because whatever part of the moon is reflecting light towards us, we are observing the phases of the moon. So which one of the following represents the inner planets? Planets between the Sun and the belt of asteroid. The belt of asteroid is between Mars and Jupiter. So Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars in that order represent the inner planets. So life on Earth appeared around how many years before the present? So see, Earth started forming around 4.6 billion years ago. Okay, that is the formation of the Earth we are talking about. Okay, and you see, it's not here. Anyway, see, brightest planet outside our solar system is Sirius. Closest star of the solar system is Proxima Centauri. Okay, we'll look into this when it comes. Anyway, so it is around 3.8 billion years ago that life has started. Okay, so if you observe this, try to observe this, what you say, Cenozoic, Mesozoic, Paleozoic. Okay, so you can see first, what you say, fish. Okay, animal with backbone around all these eras and all. Remember this Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Cenozoic. Try to remember all these things. Anyway, let's continue. So 3.8 billion years ago, life has appeared on Earth. The planet which is known as the Earth's twin. Again, many people might get confused with Mars because we are doing so much exploration about Mars, but it is Venus. The planet known as Earth's twin is Venus. So, which is the third nearest planet to the Sun? Earth is called the blue planet, only planet known to sustain life as we know the higher life forms. It is Earth. So, all the planets move around the Sun in a elongated path. Okay, not linear, not circular, elongated path. So, the pole star indicates the direction to the north. So always in the past also many times people were able to travel through deserts and long forests because of the pole star. Because they know the direction in which they are going, they used to travel towards the pole star. Then they know that they are going north. So the north star or the pole star is called as it is towards the northern direction. It shows north. Asteroids are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. It's called the asteroid belt. A huge system of stars is called galaxy. Okay, solar system, and so many solar systems combined form the galaxy. Our galaxy is Milky Way galaxy, and our nearest galaxy is Andromeda. Ursa Major is a constellation, just like Orion. Okay, all those things. Ursa Major is a group of stars in a recognizable shape, so it is a constellation. So see all these things: Big Bear, Ursa Major, Orion, Cassiopeia, Leo Major. They are all names of constellations. So basically, they are a group of stars which form a known shape. Okay, Orion belt is it forms a round shape. Big Bear means it forms the shape of a bear, etc. Okay, so which planet is known as the morning star or the evening star? Venus, because it is the brightest, it is the hottest, and it is brightest, and it is visible to the naked eye. If you sometimes you can see Venus with your naked eye also. So which planet has the biggest moon in the solar system? It is Jupiter. Which planet has the highest number of moons? It is Saturn. Which planet has the biggest moon? That is Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter moons are Europa, Galileo, Callisto, Io. Okay, those are the prominent. And Saturn, we've seen Titan, Rhea, and Enceladus. Okay, something. Which is the biggest moon in the solar system? It is Ganymede. Okay, Europa, Io, Callisto, and Ganymede are moons of Jupiter, and Ganymede is the biggest moon. So Mars, I already told you, Phobos and Deimos. Callisto is the moon of Jupiter. Phobos and Deimos are the moons of Mars. Which planet have rings around them? So Saturn has rings which are very prominent. Even Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune have, but they are not very prominent or easily visible. But Saturn is called the ringed planet because the rings are easily visible. So which planet is known as the green planet? Uranus. Okay, this for last second, right? This green planet because of the gases in its atmosphere, it looks green. So outermost layer of the sun's atmosphere is called corona. Remember this. Corona is the outermost layer of the Earth's atmosphere. So let us see near sun. Let us quickly see about sun if anything is given. Okay, life cycle of a star. Constellation. See these constellations. So you can see the shapes. Okay, they are group of stars which are in a identifiable shape. That is why they are called as constellations. Okay, sun. So the outermost layer is called corona. See, the outermost layer is called corona, and the chromosphere is this. Photosphere is inside. Sunspots are there. Okay, on the surface. So which is inside? Relatively, photosphere is inside. Photosphere is inside, followed by chromosphere. Outermost layer is corona. Remember that because the order can be asked. Okay, and what else is there? Magnetic lines, all that is fine. Convection zone, radioactive, all that's fine. So inner layer, sorry, inner layer is photosphere, the surface layer is chromosphere, and the outermost layer is corona. Okay, innermost layer of the sun's atmosphere is radioactive zone. Okay, where is C? Radioactive zone is the innermost. Okay, radioactive zone, convection zone, photosphere, chromosphere, and corona. And on the surface, you have the solar flares, which are actually damaging to our satellites. So inner is radioactive zone. Remember that, followed by convection zone, photosphere, and chromosphere. Very important. A question can be asked put it in ascending order from inside to outside like that. So outermost corona, innermost is radioactive zone. So which planet takes the shortest time to rotate in our solar system? So Jupiter. So Jupiter takes the shortest time to rotate in our solar system. Which planet takes the longest time to rotate in our solar system? As I said, Venus. Venus has a very long time to rotate. That is why it is very hot also. Which planet is made up of thick clouds of sulfuric acid? Again, Venus. Venus atmosphere has lots of sulfuric acid. So which planet is also known as the yellow planet? Again, it is Venus because of its brightness. Okay, so let us stop here.